How safe is a Mercedes-Benz car? Mercedes makes one of the safest cars on the road, and every year, with every new model, Mercedes gets safer and safer. 2016 S554 MATIC, below. These cars are built like little tanks. Someone mentioned Princess Diana's Mercedes, arguably one of the strongest built sedans during that time. She was in the back driver's side of an S280 when it hit a pole in the midair, some say, at 95 to 110 km per hour, 60 to 70 miles per hour, and with no seatbelt. The impact was so severe that the fan shroud was in the front seat. The fan. I believe had she worn a seatbelt, she would have sustained injuries, but still be alive today. Any other car would have been unrecognizable crashing at that speed. Which now takes us to the accident of the minister's son you referenced above. The vehicle looks like a G-Class SUV, which was being driven after a severe storm. The 21-year-old hit a cement pillar in the middle of the night quite hard, which makes me wonder if he was speeding, drinking and not wearing a seatbelt. The front of the car, pictured below, looks as if the cement beam was hit head-on at excessive speeds. Mercedes recently put sensors around the car, 360 degrees, allowing, after programming the destination into the car's computer, for it to drive itself. It would stay in its lane, slow down if it got too close to the car in front of it and then speed up if it was clear, up to a certain distance. It was a very surreal and strange watching all this unfold as a driver. A Toyota Camry, going 65 miles per hour, slammed into the passenger rear side of the Benz, which was at a complete stop sitting in traffic. It was barely felt it in the cabin of the Mercedes, even though the front of the Camry was smashed up. The shaken 16-year-old driver tried to veer the car to the right to avoid hitting the Mercedes, but the angle she hit it bent the frame and insurance wrote the entire Benz off. I guess, as many mentioned before, Mercedes invests huge amounts for raising the bar in their car safety, crash avoidance and passenger and pedestrian protection as well. But, it is not impossible to kill yourself or others in a Mercedes. In the last couple of years, some tragic accidents happened around the place where I live where new Mercedes cars were involved. This is what a factory new, Benz CLA station wagon looks like after hitting a concrete pole. No, these are not two different cars. A close friend of mine works at an import auto garage in town. One day he was driving a customer's 1989 Mercedes-Benz convertible. I do not recall the exact model, but he was on his way with the top off, down to a Mercedes dealership to have the airbag light diagnosed. On the way, only about a 1/4 mile from the dealership, a Chevrolet Suburban ran a stop sign from a side street and pulled out in front of him. My friend then swerved and sideswiped a utility pole that sits next to a very deep ditch, probably about 8 to 10 feet deep. Hitting this pole caused the car to flip and land directly flat on the roof in the ditch. The airbags indeed deployed despite the light being on, and so did the pop-up roll bar. My friend's only injury was a sore back, which was fixed with one massage that the owner of that Mercedes bought for my friend. After seeing the car and where the crash happened, I am truly blown away by how well it protected my friend. Also, for anyone wondering, the driver of the Suburban was never found and my friend received some sort of fine for the collision, which the owner of that Mercedes also took care of for my friend. I don't think anyone else could have been nicer after having their car totaled. Edit, I was talking with my friend again not too long ago and this crash came up in our conversation. He informed me that I made a mistake with the model year being 1989, it was actually a 1998. He also mentioned the model, but have forgotten it again. I do remember it was a very high-end model for that time, and still at the time of the crash the car's value held well and was worth something like $20,000. I thought these new details were worth sharing. Mercedes-Benz cars are the most premium and the luxuries cars in the world, offering comfort, efficiency, reliability, and safety. The top 5 reasons why the Mercedes-Benz car is considered to be the safest: PRESAFE technology. This amazing pre-safe technology will warn you whenever a collision is about to take place. The vehicle will prepare for the collision by tightening seatbelts, closing the sunroof and windows, and even adjusting the front head restraints. DISTRONIC Plus with pre-safe brake. Mercedes-Benz DISTRONIC Plus uses advanced radar sensors to scan traffic ahead for stopped or slowing traffic. If your car is about to sense a collision, the installed pre-safe system will automatically apply 40% braking power and will alert the driver. Still, if the driver fails to respond, the vehicle will apply 100% braking power on its own to reduce the impact of a collision or accident. Sometimes during long journeys, the driver fall asleep or get distracted by the surroundings. In that case, Mercedes-Benz keeps an eye on the road. Mercedes-Benz DISTRONIC Plus uses advanced radar sensors to scan traffic ahead for stopped or slowing traffic. Active lane and blind spot assistance. This advanced technology safety feature will help you to detect vehicles alongside yours that may be missed when looking in your rearview mirror. If you miss a vehicle, Mercedes-Benz will detect a vehicle in your blind spot and will alert or show a red icon light in the side mirror. Accident investigation. Mercedes-Benz has come up with an advanced safety feature which will investigate the most likely scenario for an accident. This technology will calculate collision angles, impact speed, and collect much more data to help improve their groundbreaking technology. Attention assist. Mercedes-Benz vehicle acts as a co-driver during your journey. This feature will take down 70 parameters in the first minutes of a drive in order to get to know your driving style. If it senses you're tired, Attention Assist will sound an alert to encourage you to stop for a rest.